Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy Boone, and we're out here in New York, man. If you guys saw my last video, I was telling y'all I'm about to be in New York for the week for Thanksgiving, and oh my lordy, bro, they're hitting us with a bodacious release on the Supreme website. We got TNF week. We got this gorgeous view of fucking absolutely nothing. Shout out to the Discord boys. I've been talking to them all morning long, watching some World Cup game. And of course, now the sun's in my fucking face. All right, there we go. Sorry, the setup is so janky, man, but come on, we have to drop a like. I came through with the video for y'all while we're on vacation. I never see good Supreme releases when I'm on vacation here in New York. Like, it's always the most midweek, but finally I have a good drop to go for. I'm gonna try to go in store. We also got Palace Ultimo this week, which I'm low-key even more excited for than this TNF drop, which is saying something because this is an amazing TNF collab. Let me know what you guys think of it. We're gonna get into reviewing it right now. Recording this on my phone, as y'all saw, like super janky setup today, but hey, we're doing our best out here. Let's get in this drop list talk. We'll be coming through with some other New York videos like I promised y'all, so like, man, it's gonna be a good week for content from the kids. Let's get in this video today though. I hope you guys enjoy. So first things first, I have to say to y'all, this is gonna be such a good week to join my Cook Group browser, because as I said, we have Supreme TNF, which I'm gonna have some good call outs for. Like, I actually have a lot of confidence in this week in a couple items, but we also have Palace, which I've not really been doing carts recently for Palace, but you will be getting a huge typed up carts list this week. I see a lot of really good profit stuff. If you want to join the group, hit us up on Instagram at browser and get a free 7-day trial. Try out the group for yourself, man. See how this money gets made, and let's get into this drop list because I'm actually so excited, dude. These jackets, I don't know what to call this background. I've been calling it like this cityscape. I think it's kind of like a Times Square rendition, although it doesn't fully look, it looks like an outdated, like older Times Square. I don't know. Maybe y'all can inform me because I've really not been too tapped in. We got Cater in the lookbook too. I feel like we never actually see him for lookbooks, but the puffy, let's start off with that, man. This puffy, oh my, probably my favorite item from this release. And the retail, we got retail. It's so good to be out here in New York. $398, bro. Like, I know to some of y'all that's probably really expensive for a jacket, but bruh, if you know Supreme TNF prices, $398 for a puffer from them is a fucking steal, especially when you got this crazy all over print and embroidered back Supreme hit. This usually would be like a $500 at least jacket. Damn, so this is actually a steal. Like, actually the retails are looking really bodacious this week. Aside from the G-Shock, I've seen people crying about the G-Shock. I might even be going for this half zip, which is like kind of tough because there's so many good items releasing that, like, I don't want to break the bank this week, but when the opportunity presents itself, sometimes you just got to go for it. I mean, no, honestly, if we get 1K like, Boone is copping a Supreme TNF jacket. I don't know which one, but drop a like on the video, y'all, and I will go cop one because I feel like I have to show these off on the channel. They look so sick. This cityscape design, one of the best TNFs we've gotten in a long ass time. Maybe the best since the Cargo series, in my opinion. Like, I really am enjoying this Supreme TNF collaboration. I would give it like an 8.5, man. Like, especially with how good the retails are. I honestly think for the half zip puffy, like around 500 is what it's gonna be doing. It might go down to like 480, 470, but I think it's gonna hold really nicely, man. Like, these puffy Supreme jackets, I'm telling y'all, are usually the best holds from the collab. There's a lot of room for profit here because they're usually more money. Definitely a cop. Best colorway is gonna be Cityscape. Second best might just be the gray, man. I really like the gray on this one. I love the gray they brought out. The yellow is super nice. I actually think every color is super solid here. The black is kind of boring as always. I'm a little bummed they made the black TNF logo tonal. I think that would have made it better if it was white, just to give a little something on the front. But man, I love this jacket. I might say gray second best, but yellow for TNF does really well also. I'm gonna be going for the Cityscape. I just think it's so fun. I honestly think it's the best design on both jackets. Really good cop here. I don't vouch for TNF much anymore, but I actually think people should be going for the Cityscape stuff. Next up, we have the tape seam shell jacket. Oh, remember the last tape seam jacket they did? It was $298. Now, that one might have been Gore-Tex. I can't remember off the top of my head, but like $238 for a Supreme TNF jacket is just a steal. Obviously, it's going to be thinner than your normal TNF jacket, and it is cold weather, but I low-key think it's almost a good thing. It makes this jacket more wearable for the springtime as well. You probably will need to bundle up with it if you want to wear it in the winter, but I don't think it necessarily hurts it. It's going to be a thinner jacket. The fact it's $238 leaves so much room for profit. Like, honestly, if you don't want to spend as much as something like the puffy, which does have a higher ceiling, going for the tape seam's not a bad idea either. They also gave us one less color, so I really think on this one it's going to be the Cityscape or the gray. The gray might actually be a sleeper on this. I do love yellow. Like, I don't want to discourage the yellow either. I think actually all three colors could perform similar. I think these are going to be doing 325, about 100 over their retail. They could drop to like, I don't know, I feel like 325 is a pretty good floor for these, and they could get up to like 400, which is usually like the range we see the parkas retailing for. There's actually some money to be made on this collab. Like, I actually think we'll see these jackets selling out within like 5 minutes, which is really good for TNF. That does not happen anymore. At 1,000 likes, I will be going for one of these jackets for y'all in the live cop. I do think I am gonna make a live cop, even though I'm out here in New York, just because y'all deserve it, man. I can't miss this week on the channel. And next up, we got the G-Shock. Now, I'm not a G-Shock guy. I'm not a watch guy in general, man. Y'all been seeing these wrists blank as a motherfucker. Like, I've really never owned a nice watch in my life. I'm just not a person that's into them. So for me, I could care less about the G-Shock. I know a lot of people were excited for these, but the 188 retail is definitely scaring people. This is a 3-way collaboration. Of course, it's gonna cost a little something extra. Me personally, the design, I don't know, man. I think it's kind of just basic. I don't really love the way they did the TNF branding. Let me know which color you guys like the most. I actually like the black the least on this. I would go for the white or the yellow. I've seen some love for the yellow. I do think it is a pretty fun color, but at the end of the day, it's hard for me to have an opinion on these. I do think there will be some profit. Like, they'll probably be going for like 220 to like 240. I actually think the jacket might even be a better cop. Like, these could hold kind of decently well. When Supreme did a watch before, it did pretty nicely, but I'm probably gonna be skipping on these. I do think one color is going to outperform the other two. It might be the yellow, just from the love I've been seeing from people. I feel like that is like a pretty unique color for a G-Shock, but yeah, I'm going to be skipping on these. I'm kind of looking at the jackets this week. Let's talk about some of these other items though. We also have the hoodies. The hoodies I think are going to be skips. Like, they do have a bigger Supreme logo, but I don't know. I'm kind of getting sick of the pigment printed items from Supreme TNF. They've done it several times now. The hoodies are 138. Like, a double XL is not a bad cop in like brown or black. I really would stick to brown or black for the sweat items, but I think the pants might be a better option just because they do show off the branding a bit better. Go for bigger sizes again, like a double XL, XL for the sweatpants. I'm going to be skipping on these, but 138 is a really good retail for them, and honestly, I don't think they're a bad scoop. It will have some profit, especially because of the cheap retail. I just think the jackets have a higher ceiling is kind of why I'm pushing for them more. Even double cart, maybe if you got like a double cart of double XL or XL black brown, not a bad scoop there. There's actually some really good stuff this TNF week. We got the sleeping bag. If you know Supreme TNF and there's blankets by now, like, they're fucking bricks, bro. They're tragic bricks. Like, if you actually like this, I wouldn't even buy it and just wait till after the release. You could probably get it under retail because these always end up bricking. Even though this one's really cool, they just always brick at this point. So is that everything for this TNF? Oh no. Next up, the printed long sleeves. These are gonna be skips. I don't know, 68. They don't even look that warm either. Definitely a skip. And then we have these kind of like Christmas themed all over pattern hoodies and beanies. I don't really like these too much, to be honest. They do sort of remind me of a recent Supreme woven jacket we got, which I think was way better, probably better quality, cheaper as well. I was feeling those, but something about these I'm just not a fan of. The zip, like 238, bro, like, I'm sorry, that's gonna be a skip for me. And the beanie, it's a little loud. I don't know, I'm not too big into these two items. I do like they did something different, but those are gonna be skips. So really focus on the jackets for this TNF drop. Maybe a G-Shock if you're down to hold on to it, but I'm not seeing a ton of immediate profit with them, to be honest. Last Supreme watch they did performed well, but it was also a lot cheaper than this. I don't know much about watches, so I'm not quite the best person to give an opinion on. Let's talk about the lookbook stuff next. Starting it off, the Balaclavas, man, these are fucking sick. Like, I usually am not a huge fan of the like box logo Balaclavas they've been doing lately, but some of these colorways are pretty fire. Obviously the black color is probably going to be the best performing. Black Balaclavas, I think we all know by now, usually just do the best with Supreme. I think these Balaclavas are easily going to get to 100 plus. Honestly, like the last time they did these kind of new era just box logo Balaclavas, they're at, I think, up to 150-ish range, like in the best colors. It's gonna take a bit for these to get there, but these are definitely gonna go over 100. Really good multi-card item that I'll probably even go for this week. I'm not gonna go for black because it's gonna fly. I'm a purple guy, man. Come on, this purple one, it's probably my favorite color. Like, the black box logo on the purple just looks so good. I don't know if they've done a purple balaclava in a long ass time. I'm really feeling the purple. In my opinion, it's the second best color. Purple can do super well with Supreme sometimes, but after that, it's hard for me to say. All four other colors are really nice. The olive's good. The white, people actually do like white balaclavas. We got the Tyler the Creator box logo, the Goblin box logo, pretty cool to see. And this orange is kind of sick, man. Like, it's a Halloween look to it. I just think in general they killed these balaclavas, and I think they're all gonna have profit. So really good multi-cart. I really do think you guys should be multi-carting these. Even if you're going for TNF stuff, I do think they're gonna be totally coppable. Next up is this lamp, which is 300 bucks. Like, wow, I was not expecting that. The last lamp they did was so much cheaper. Supreme accessories, I've been saying it, have been so bad this season. Like, it's gotten out of hand of how expensive they are. They just look for the most expensive brands to collab with. It's stupid. I'm actually getting sick of it. These should have been like 70 bucks at most. Ridiculous. Next, we have the velour box logo new eras. I've seen some people feeling these. I'm personally not. Size 8 if you were to go for them, but I don't know, dude. I'm just not feeling these this week. I haven't really been getting too many new eras recently, so size 8, we all know by now, usually does well. Black or olive or the red, I'd really skip that blue. Probably the black or red. The red fitted can do pretty nicely sometimes. Next up, the patchwork zip, man. This is an item I'm really hoping I could see in store because I don't know what to think about it, if it's going to be good or bad in person. I did see a video from Will Strobeck of Efron skating in this, and it was looking pretty sick on body, but then again, Supreme Skate Team makes everything look cool. He had it looking fucking fire though, so I'm kind of like, ooh, am I gonna look that cool in it? Probably not. I'm gonna look like a middle school girl. When I first saw this in the lookbook, I was saying this is the middle school girl all over pattern print. You got the little stars print, you got denim patches, skulls, leopard print. This reminds me of just every fucking little pattern you'd see from middle schooler. I love it though. The way they made this is so sick to me. 188 is a pretty good retail for it. I think it's actually a good scoop. I think it might take it a while to actually age up in its price, but I do see really good potential for it. Patchwork stuff from Supreme does nicely. It's got a nice Supreme branding on it. You gotta be ready to hold on to it for a couple months, but I actually do think this is gonna be a good pickup. Definitely got a multi-card it for free shipping. Could be getting sales of 250 plus. Maybe it even goes up to like 300 range, but that's gonna take some months. Next up, the most disappointing item of the week, the Supreme CCM All-Star Hockey Jersey. Now, CCM, I do believe they're who makes all the hockey jerseys. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hopefully that's, I don't fucking know. I do think that's why this is so expensive, because these are all patches embroidered onto this thing, which is pretty crazy. Supreme almost always does printed stuff on their jerseys for hockey at least. So all the tackle twill applique has made this thing just so expensive. $244. It is probably the most official Supreme hockey jersey, but it's gonna be a skip from me. If you did buy it, I would go for the white one. But man, if we got our Gremlin hockey jerseys, you know, those are a better cop, man. Those are going for a hella bread. They're only $148. This being a whole $100 more, it's turned me off from it, which is a bummer because I actually saw some potential in this. Supreme hockey jerseys just performed so nicely, and this one's really clean. I gotta be real, but it's gonna be a skip for me this week. Maybe like a double XL. If you were to buy it, go for double XL. It probably will go up in its price, but there's just not a lot of money to be made. Like, you could probably get a $350 sale in double XL. The other sizes, I'd be kind of nervous. Doesn't leave us with too much other stuff. We got the world famous Jacquard track jacket and pants. These are gonna be skips. I'm not really a fan of them. The ear flap cam cap's gonna be a skip. I've bought the ear flap cam caps before and they did terrible, so I don't know. I just don't really like them. Fleece line beanie had potential, but they just put way too much stuff on it. The wax wool 6 panel is a really clean personal. I really like the brown color on this, but at 58, it's too much money. And then we just have this flannel shirt, which is actually really clean as well. It's just the colors, man. The colors they absolutely just pissed on. You guys know I love my flannels from Supreme. I might have even bought one. It's got a nice oldie hit on the back, but the colorways lost me. I just was not feeling them. 148 is a really good retail. It's shearling lined, which it actually hurts me to pass. Maybe I'll see this one in the store and change my mind, but that's gonna do it for this week. Hope y'all did enjoy. I'm sorry the lighting's terrible in here and all that shit, but I'm doing my best to give y'all a video while we're on vacation, man. So yeah, live cop should be coming out. 1,000 likes. I'm gonna get a jacket. I think you guys are gonna do it. I am gonna film in store for Supreme and Palace. I'll probably be making some TikToks as well of other places, so follow me on there if you want to see. Like, I'm gonna go to like the Nepenthe store. I'll probably film that on TikTok. But it's been your boy Boone. Let me know what you guys are gonna go for. Really good week this week. Definitely getting a balaclava. Think I'm gonna get a Supreme TNF jacket. It's gonna be a good time. So yeah, I'll see y'all later. I'm out. I hope y'all enjoy. Peace.